nice season was. How on the flip side, how rewarding has this year been back and kind of get? We talked to you a bunch about get the real Kentucky experience.
Yeah, well, I've certainly got that this year. It's been a great season, and just looking back from last year all the way to this year, I mean, we've come a long way, and I've just seen, what the heart of this place is really. I mean, even though everyone was still super encouraging last year, this year is just completely different. Like seeing this place filled up, it's been great. That's really all I can say about it. It's been the best decision of my life once again.
Jerry Tipton, we'll go to you.
Yeah, Davion, Kellen was on the other day, and he said, he reminded us he's seen several senior day things from his experience. How about you? What memories come to mind? What sort of expectation do you have for tomorrow night?
I've never played in a senior day game, but just remembering at Creighton, like how here I played in a senior day game, but like a field arena senior day game. I've never seen and played in one myself like that, so I'm really looking forward to it. But I remember sitting out at Creighton, they did it really big for the seniors there, and it kind of reminded me like visualizing like a full blue arena. That's the only thing I can remember about it. But I mean, I'm just super excited because no one can do it like BBN. I mean, this place is crazy, it's nuts, and I'm really looking forward to it. And we still got to stay focused for the game. Ole Miss is definitely capable of giving us a really good game, and we have a chance to, go in the history books again, being undefeated at home. So under Coach Cal, so it's going to be an exciting night.
And I wondered how many family members will be here or close friends, to see this for you.
Yeah, I got to check my phone, go through my text messages again just to recount it, but hopefully we get a good showing.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Parents are definitely coming, so that's the most important. Siblings and everybody.
Lighting?
Hey there. So my question for you is kind of about how coming in as a graduate student, you're sort of like in the same boat as these freshmen in the sense that, you're coming in, it's your first year, you're building the team, but yet the mix of players on this team is a little bit older than usual. So I'm curious if you could kind of walk me through how it's been kind of finding that chemistry with the team and how you found a spot as one of like the older presences there with the experience, maybe not with Kentucky, but definitely experience, in the NCAA with the tournament, et cetera.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great question. Just, coming here, first of all, like I've never won a game in March Madness. So I'm really looking forward to getting there and just, I've been the younger guy on a team before, looking at all of, the way that the older guys carry the team. And, just now being in a flip role, coming into a new environment, especially my first year here, I knew how important and pivotal my presence could be on a younger person. So just try to use my experiences to help younger guys, especially, having guys around me that's just as old as me on this team. It's been extremely helpful, and it's really paid off for us just down the stretch. Even if we're in the game or out of the game, just having guys around is super motivated and know that one game can't kill you, just other than when you're in a tournament. But, just prepping for tough moments and being what I have went through to help other guys and learning from them as well. Like the special thing about it is being an older guy, especially on a great team like this, you can learn from the younger guys as well. And that's one thing that I've learned, and it's been a great experience for me.
Yeah, and just a quick follow-up. How is the dynamic of like coming together and really finding a groove with your teammates on the court different at Kentucky compared to, where it was at Creighton when there's maybe a little more continuity between years?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot different because when you're, rallying with somebody, that guy beside you have probably been your roommate for 3 years already. And you already have that connectivity between you two, and it's completely different. Like I probably, had lunch, met this guy's family, been with them for, 3 years, and we've eaten over 100 times, whereas, I'm just with this guy. He's a freshman, and, I probably haven't even met his family yet, don't even know him like that, but he's my brother, and we got to fight. So, I mean, that's just an example, but, I mean, these guys, we've gotten really close to each other, and, like, this is the most brotherhood team that I've ever been around in my entire life, and it's the best team I've ever been with my entire life, so that says something about it.
Thanks.
Larry Vaught.
Yeah, David, to kind of follow up on that a little bit, what do you think has made the bond for this team so strong and so special, do you think?
Honestly, I think everyone, just the core group that the coaches put together, I think everybody's personality, honestly, just meshed and fell together. I don't think it's one specific thing. I think everyone came together and sacrificed one thing. I think in order to make something special, everyone has to put in a sacrifice, and whatever way that is, then that's just what it is. But everyone has to, and I think that everyone did on this team, whether it's on the court or off the court, and everyone just comes together. We live together in the lodge, and just being around each other every day, that helps too. But I think that the way that people came in here with their attitudes, it was just completely different this year.
John Hale.
Davion, if I remember correctly, senior night last year, your family wasn't even allowed on the court. They had to stand in the stands and do all that. So what is that moment like? And I know you're really close with your brother, but your little sisters too, like having all them out there with you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to mean a lot to me, just to see how far we've come as a family. Sometimes, like, even in the middle of the games, I'll just be thinking, like, man, I really go to Kentucky. Like, I'm really here right now. And it's still crazy to me. My family wasn't able to come my senior night at Creighton, even though, I mean, it wasn't my senior night, so they didn't get to show up. But just knowing that the guys that were my freshman roommates, and then we get to this special night, we're all supposed to be walking together, but, like, I got a boot on my ankle, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't even know what's next for me. And then next year I come to Kentucky, didn't even expect that, and, I have a senior night. My parents can't even come on the floor. So then this time it's like, okay, this is for real. Like, I really get to see it and feel it. So it's just a lot. Like, it's a lot to think about. It's a lot of emotions to go into it because my journey has been crazy. And I know my family is so proud of me, even though they don't get to tell me all the time. But I'm just thinking about, the things that my mom is thinking and my dad is thinking, like, man, this kid has really been through a lot just to get to this point. So it's going to be special for us.
Christos.
Hey, Davion, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Fine, thank you very much. As one of the most passionate guys in the team, in the locker room, on the floor, what it means for you to play for Kentucky, and what makes this team so special for you?
Honestly, just the way that we go out there and fight, even through, the ups and downs, the uncertainties, everything, like, everyone rallied behind each other. And like, even when guys are hurt on the floor, they're still out there cheering. Even when, like, we're losing at a certain time, like, guys are still motivated, still clapping. And I mean, that's really what makes people special. Like, the one thing I can say is, like, we don't turn our backs on each other when it gets rough. And that's the most important thing, like, of any relationship, anything where you're trying to build. You can't turn your back when it gets rough. So that's really been the most special part. And then just the way we're able to turn around, like, okay, this happened, we're turning around, we're looking forward. And that's when you really see growth. And that's really what makes this team special to me.
John Hale, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, Davion, last year when you were making your decision, all the NIL stuff was still kind of up in the air, getting finalized. So you said that really didn't play a role. But looking ahead, now that you've been through it for a year, do you think that's something that could keep guys in school a little longer to make similar decisions because they have that kind of security blanket now?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think that it's been a really big change in decision-making process That's moving forward because the world moves financially. I mean, that's what makes it circulate. So I think that depending on a player's situation, depending on, what his professional career looks like at the moment, if he can, be able to discuss NIL and figure out, okay, what would put me and my family in a better financial situation if I leave or go, it definitely will make a difference in if a player stay or not. But, honestly, it's, what's best for that player. Sometimes it may not be the money. So, I mean, for certain people, sometimes it's about your peace and your happiness within yourself. So, yeah, it'll definitely make a difference to answer your question, though.
Carl Tucker, back to you.
I just wonder, as you're almost done now, what have you hoped to be to Kentucky? Last year was obviously its own thing, but especially this year on a team where play for something and win.
Yeah. I want to be known like as that guy who tried to give his all, whether no matter what happened. Honestly, that guy that you knew was always going to go out there and fight, a guy that would sacrifice everything for his team, and then leave as a winner. Like when you see my name and put it beside Kentucky, I want people to say like, this guy won. And he fought every night, and he tried, and he represented this place the way we wanted it to be represented.
Gary Graves.
And Davion, I guess the process in accepting, being on the bench after being a starter last year, and then, using that time this year to really, have your moments to shine. I mean, what did you learn from that whole experience, that transition?
I learned a lot, and I found myself within it too. You go on this life journey, and sometimes you get so caught up and you think everything is about you. And then there comes a point in your life where you learn that when you can do stuff to impact other people, then you'll be impacted more. And that's kind of what I learned this year. Like, no matter what is thrown at me or no matter, what I have to do, just understand that you're going to be blessed regardless if you stay consistent to your morals, your faith, and your work ethic. And for me, I mean, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me because I really found myself this year, and I started to kind of fall in love with my role. And, you really start to see who's with you and who's not when you go through something like this. Your real support system starts to step up. People who really care and value start to show face, and people who don't do as well. And that's the best thing that can happen. You start to lose the cancers around you. And, the team is doing really well, and I'm doing really well. So I've learned a lot through this process.
Tyler Thompson.
So your final game in Rupp tomorrow, do you have any specific memories playing in front of the Big Blue Nation at Rupp or games? And also, will Ghost be on the court with your family tomorrow night too?
Nah, he won't be on the court, but he'll be with us after the game. And I guess you could say it was kind of in front of BBN, but my game versus South Carolina, I think it was our last game in Rupp. So that's what I kind of credit my senior night, because we lost the senior night. But just seeing everybody get to play, like we got to clear the whole bench, like all the walk-ons, everybody got to get in. So that was really, our senior night, and we won the game. And I was just playing out of my mind. Like I really got into that zone and I started hitting. So that felt good. But I guess like in front of BBN, really just these past two games before the last one, our past two home games, just seeing like it was so loud, like, and it was a 9:00 game, and it was Alabama and I can't remember LSU. Yeah, and BBN got crazy in there when we got on those runs, and I really don't think that we would have, made the runs that we did or even won the game without BBN, honestly, because it was loud and I could see the other players in there, like their eyes got big. And one of the dudes specifically told me, he was like, bro, it's crazy in here right now. And I was like, welcome. So it's BBN. That's all I can say.
Jerry Tipton, back to you.
Yeah, I got a couple of basketball questions, Davion. 7 of the top 9 teams lost on Saturday, including you guys.
Yeah.
How does that play on your mind? What do you make of that?
Man, it's crazy. It's college basketball. It's pre-March Madness. That's all I can say. But I'm sitting on the couch and I'm watching. Like I literally watched all the games as soon as we got back, and I'm like, dang, bro, if this was our chance to lose, I'm maddest right now, but because we could have been number 1 in the country. But like Coach Cal said, he was like, man, we weren't ready for that. Like it's a blessing that they did us a favor that we lost. And I mean, all of the games were on the road. Like 7 of the top 10 were on the road. And then I think we had the lowest deficit margin. Like we lost by 2. So, I mean, we're still a really good team. And, you know, we could have been better on the road. And that was definitely a capable win for us. I don't want to say we should have won because we didn't, but that was definitely a winnable game. And that's an Elite 8 type of game, playing against Arkansas. I mean, just visualizing it and then knowing, okay, now we'll be on a neutral court from here on out, you know, when we play a team like that. So it's definitely something to be optimistic about and to still be motivated in your team to know that, okay, we lost by 2 in a great environment and we were on the road. So, I mean, let's just keep pushing and see what we can do in March.
And I wonder, too, you guys always say, and it's been said for years by Coach Cal, that whoever you play, it's their Super Bowl, and they get really fired up. How tough is that for you guys to get up for a Super Bowl week after week after week?
No, yeah, that's why you come here. You got to expect that. And, you know, it's crazy, like, to know that we are those type of people that, you know, come in and can, you know, make a team that's never had a great environment have a great environment. But welcome to Kentucky. That's what you got to expect. And you got to be a professional to come here, a professional person, and aspiring to be a professional player, because that's the type of, you know, that's the type of demand that you're going to get when you go and play in different environments.
Christos, finish us off.
Davion, for you personally to see players like Oscar, to see the progress of Oscar, Kellen, Ty in his freshman season, Xavier, what does it mean for you as a teammate, and what is your responsibility to be a good teammate for them, to help them grow? How you see that?
No, are you asking me how do I see how have I seen their progress?
Yes. And how important for you to help to support them as a good teammate? Yeah.
I mean, it's very important. We all feed off each other's energy. Their progress has been insane, especially I've had to have a previous year with Oscar before he even got to put on a jersey. So to see him and see how he's grown in a year's time has been insane. Like, he deserves to be National Player of the Year. The way he impacts this team, he brings more of an impact than any other player in the country to their team. He gives us a chance every game to win the game and stay in the game. I think that's non-arguable. And, you know, just seeing Xavier, a guy that can come in and he doesn't even have to score a point to be able to lead us and put us in situations to win games. I mean, he's special because there's not a player faster than him out there, and he can control the game when he's playing the right way and finding people and getting them shots, and then being able to get his scoop layups and, you know, hawk the ball. And then, you know, Ty, he's going out there, he's playing, even though he's not healthy all the time, he's putting his all on the line and fighting, you know, every game. And Kellen, just to be able to see the things that he's been doing all year, being consistent from the three-point line, and a super great leader, great teammate, great person all around. I haven't known those guys as long as I've known Oscar, but I can tell that wherever they came from, they're now a better version of themselves before they've got there. And I can even say that about myself. You know, it's just crazy how this place can really mature you. And when I say this place, I mean Kentucky and the basketball program, the way it can mature you and make you see everyone else see a better version of yourself.